From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Joining us on your MTN Statewide News this Thursday, I'm Jeanelle Slade. Well, another Montana death tied to COVID-19 reported today, this one in Rosebud County, and 193 new confirmed cases. The second largest jump since the pandemic began. Now, the highest was 208 in July. Yellowstone County reports the highest increase today was 75. Now, although new cases rose, active cases are down in Montana by 170. Classes at the University of Montana began 3 weeks ago for the fall semester, and as to be expected, confirmed cases of COVID-19 are beginning to surface on campus. In keeping the public informed, the health department will now post those university-specific cases to its website. MTN's Megan Mannering has more.
With a quick search online, you can find Missoula County COVID numbers, now with that designated section for cases that pop up at the University of Montana. Incident Commander Cindy Farr says it took some time to bring this feature to the public. They first had to consult their legal team on the best way to offer transparency while still protecting the privacy of their patients.
But we do want to be able to have that transparency, and the university would like to be able to have that transparency.
To date, there have been a total of 6 COVID-19 cases confirmed at UM. 3 of those cases are considered active at this time. Each of those active cases has an average of 12 close contacts. Farr says this number isn't only standard, but it's encouraging.
You know, that just because school started, we didn't see a huge spike in cases. You know, that the cases remain pretty small and pretty manageable. And part of that is due to all of the planning that, you know, we worked with the university all throughout the summer in a variety of different capacities.
As it cools off outside and our options for recreation dwindle, Farr suspects we'll see more cases out of the university as students gather indoors. If and when our cases climb, the health department is ready to respond with new resources.
We've now started doing rapid testing at our testing site.
Farr says timing is everything in this pandemic.
It's really helpful for us. It just means it's going to help us to control the spread even more quickly than what we've already been able to do.
In Missoula, Megan Mannering, MTN News.
Thanks, Megan. And that rapid testing machine is up and running at the county clinic there in Missoula. Well, Glacier High School officials in Kalispell are confirming the school's first positive coronavirus case. Superintendent Micah Hill says all close contacts with the positive case have been identified. If you haven't been contacted, you are not considered a close contact. At last night's school board meeting, Hill was met with individuals who were not wearing masks, protesting the mask requirement in Kalispell schools. For the health and safety of the school board, Hill said the school board stopped the meeting and postponed it until Wednesday. And Laurel families will be able to watch their loved ones take part in high school sports. Last night, the school board approved a plan that would allow each participant 4 fans per game. Visiting teams will also be allowed 4 fans for every coach and player. Now, tonight in Billings, the first AA football game of the season is between defending state champions Bozeman and Billings Senior. And we have breaking news at this hour just in. School District 2 here in Billings overturned its policy this morning and will allow 2 family members per visiting player into the game. So you parents there in Bozeman, you want to know that? We'll have all of those details right now at mtnsports.com. Well, it should be a perfect night for some football. Let's check in with meteorologist Ed McIntosh and hear about that.
Yeah, really nice weather across the region for today and again tomorrow, but we're looking at the increase in smoke as we get later into the weekend. Now, as far as fires go, nothing compares to the number of acres burned in 1988 when we had 1.2 million acres burned in Yellowstone Park alone. But you can see they've had their ups and downs here through Montana, especially since the turn of the century. But overall, in the western portion of the country, where we get a lot of the wildfire smoke with a great increase in temperatures, we've also seen a big increase in the number of acres burned. So here's how things look across Montana and northern Wyoming here today. Fairly quiet as far as smoke, but watch as we take it through the weekend. By Monday, we could be looking at a lot of smoke, even some perhaps unhealthy air, especially in those green shaded areas. Take a closer look at the short-term forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Ed. Well, there's another step forward following the Bridger Foothills fire. As of this morning, the entire Bridger Canyon Road is now open, but only for residents. Now, that road remains closed to the public from Boylan Road to Brackett Creek. The Gallatin County Sheriff's Office says that includes no bikers and runners. Now, residents should stay off the roads from 7 to 10 in the morning and from 6 to 8 in the evening so fire crews can do their jobs. The Bridger Foothills fire is holding at just over 7,000 acres burned. The cause of the fire remains unknown. Now, wildfires grow in the northwest, leaving behind a big path of destruction. Wind is spreading the flames, causing at least 3 deaths in Northern California and thousands forced to leave their homes. Now, that fire now threatening the town of Paradise that was largely destroyed by the Camp Fire in 2018. And in Oregon, wind also an issue with hundreds of homes now destroyed. Usually Oregon's cool, wet climate keeps wildfires from growing too big. Well, a 13-year-old boy's body has been recovered from the Yellowstone River. According to the Richland County Sheriff's Office, Ira Lawrence from Waterford, North Dakota, was last seen swimming in the Yellowstone River near Sydney on Saturday afternoon. He was swimming with a group and disappeared. After an intense search, Lawrence's body was recovered yesterday. Well, Vice President Mike Pence and top officials from the President Donald Trump's campaign will be in Bozeman on Monday. According to CNN, Pence will attend a private fundraiser. The day is also expected to include an event for Senator Steve Daines. Bozeman's mayor is officially stepping down after the city commission requested he resign. The move comes after hundreds of documents were released showing Chris Mayle mistreated city staff. Last night, the city's deputy mayor was sworn in. She gave Mayle some credit, saying he contributed greatly to the community. MTN spoke with the former mayor to get his thoughts on his resignation.
I thought it was important that the voters deserve somebody who works hard for the city. And so every morning I would get up and try to be proactive and prepared as an elected official under the city management system that we have. Unfortunately, some of the other city commissioners don't see it that way. And so I don't want to be a disruption. Our citizens need a lot of attention right now. There's a lot going on, as we all know, and so I'm resigning.
In other news today, the Air Force awarded a $13.3 billion contract to grow part of Malmstrom Air Force Base. Northrop Grumman, a defense contractor, will begin replacing the aging ICBM missile system with the GBSD starting in 2023. While construction in Great Falls won't begin until 2026, the project and the development it brings will have a huge impact on the local economy. Malmstrom officials tell MTN they will begin working on environmental impact statements in October or November. Well, the Department of Agriculture says it's extending and expanding a critical food assistance program that has been providing free meals to millions of children during the coronavirus pandemic. The department will provide free meals to children who need assistance through December 31st. The changes include allowing meals to be served at any time throughout the day and allowing officials to distribute them in all areas and at no cost. Parents or guardians will also be able to pick up food for their children. Check in with your local school for that availability. Up next on your MTN Noon News, all aboard for the latest on the future of bringing back the passenger rail service to southern Montana. But first, Ed's in next with your statewide weather forecast.